Good good evening, or late afternoon. Hope all of you are doing well. I just wanted to take a minute and give you all just an update for those of you that been following me on my website. You know that I have a new book that will be released on June 19th. That's this coming Friday, Juneteenth. Of course, that is a very important date as it reminds us of the moment that those that are in Texas, that were in Texas during the time, found out that they were free from slavery. Of course, with the Emancipation Proclamation signed by President Abraham Lincoln, many of the people in Texas did not know for over 2 years that slavery had ended. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to release my new book on that date, a very important date, June 19th. That's coming up this coming Friday. Nevertheless, I wrote a new book prior to all the things that's taken place in our society. I was already writing a book before, again, any of the major incidents had taken place. And the title of the book is The Republican Party and the Journey Blackwards, Regaining the Black Vote. So in this book, you will find just a ton of history. I'll be covering history for over 100 years of information showing just the position with the Republican Party, the position as well with respect to black people and the black vote. I'll be providing some clarity as far as how black voters have fared with the Democratic Party as well as the Republican Party, and just giving a historical background of the journey. And I'll be pointing out how the Republican Party can earn that vote back, the black vote. Nevertheless, I'm happy about the text. This is a copy of it that I have here, one early copy. It was, of course, the foreword was written by Lieutenant Colonel Allen B. West, retired, who was also a member of the 112th U.S. Congress. So I'm excited again about this new release that's coming Friday. Did an interview with the Andrew Wilco show, the Wilco Majority, just about 2 days ago, and we discussed portions of the book. And again, I'm excited about the text because it's simply going to provide clarity whether you are a Republican or a Democrat or an independent, Libertarian, Green Party. It doesn't matter. If you're wanting to know more about the history of black voters and the history of the Republican Party and its connection to black voters, this book will provide you a detailed, yet brief overview, and it's just an exciting journey. We've gotten feedback on it already from some independent reviewers, and they're simply enjoying the text and simply enjoying the fact that I was able to do it as much as possible from a removed perspective. And for those that don't know, I was once a Democrat. I was a lifelong Democrat for a few decades before switching over to the Republican Party. I discussed my journey briefly in the last section of the book, but what you'll receive information from a person that's been on both sides of the aisle, both Republican and Democrat, and you'll receive information throughout this text. There are probably about 5 or 6 pages of references. So the information I give you, you will be able to look at it and see where I got my context from, see where I got the information from. But I will assure you this, you will enjoy the read. If you are a person that enjoys history, if you're a person that wants to know, how can we connect the dots? How can we make sure, ultimately, when it's all said and done, that the black vote has the value that it deserves? This text, again, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, or Independent, the black vote deserves the value that it deserves. And this text will help people to understand how we can get there, and also simply how we can realign ourselves in places where we need to be realigned. Cover history from 1854 all the way through 2020. If you're interested in this book, we have had multiple people to do an early purchase. We've had many people do an early purchase of this text. And as they do their early purchase, what they're receiving from making an early purchase, of course, the release date is not until Friday, but they were fortunate enough because of the early order that I'm sending them a few chapters of the book. They're getting a few chapters of the book. The first 3 chapters I will send to them. And so many people are already able to look at an early preview of what's taking place in the text. Now I'm going to flip my screen here if I can. See if I can do some flipping because the text is not showing up as I want it to. But if I can't flip it, I do want you all to go to, yeah, it's still backwards. But go to my website, Tim Westley. Go to my website, timwesley.com. Again, that's timwesley.com. If you go to my website, you'll be able to get information there and order. Again, that's at timwesley.com. Once you go there, okay, sounds like it's okay, great. So if you go to my website, timwesley.com, you'll be able to order this book. We do not have it on Amazon at this time. You can exclusively get it at one location, and that's timwesley.com. So thank you. Thank you for putting it up. www.timwesley.com. Once again, the title of the book is Republican Party and the Journey Blackwards, Regaining the Black Vote. But this text is for anyone that has any interest in politics, any interest in political history. You want to know the journey of black people, the vote. You want to know some of the things that need to be done in order to make sure the black vote regains the value that it deserves. This will be the book for you. I thank my friend once again, Lieutenant Colonel retired Alan B. West from the 112th U.S. Congress. And I thank him so much. He wrote the foreword. You will get a glimpse of that as well with an early order. Once again, my name is Dr. Tim Westley. Thank you for your time and your attention. And join the numerous people who've already placed their orders so that when the book is released, we can begin to send them out as quick as possible so you can enjoy this great read. Once again, my name is Dr. Tim Westley. Find more information, including the independent review, at timwesley.com. Click on books. Thank you. God bless.